when he had hair, and he was 25 years younger. Some people say they never really liked Matt Lauer. Anyway, some women have said that he thought that people thought that he was arrogant. They didn't like him because he was arrogant, and then some Dems really didn't like him for the past year because they say that he rode Hillary Clinton. You heard about that one way too much on the emails and didn't push Trump as much. So people thought secretly that Matt Lauer actually liked Donald Trump. But these accusations have and for Conyers to pay. And with Bill O'Reilly, it was the same thing. His employer paid off people. So when you're paying people off, they say it's not an admittance of guilt. They just want the people to go away. Fine. How much is it going to take to get away? Then they sign something, and then they go away. So they say, well, still, it's not an admittance of guilt. It's just they were being pestered by it, and they didn't want to be annoyed by it. So, it's kind of like it's extortion. It's a shakedown, and they lawyered up, and they just settled out of court. But these things are prevailing. I would imagine John Conyers, 90 years old, hospitalized for some stress-related deal. He's got to probably do the right thing and step down. And I wish anybody that knows that they've been busted, as painful as it's going to be, there's going to be more of this that's going to come out, is just to do the right thing. And before it implodes, like, they just need to do the right thing and maybe make the announcement before somebody else makes it for them, is to come out and say, look, there's the possibility. But again, a lot of people have a lot to lose, not just their careers, but also the possibility of losing their entire families, losing everything that they have built upon. And it's, again, I don't wish on any of these public servants, on any of these people. Matt Lauer, again, I'm a broadcaster myself. He did television. I'm doing radio. But as a broadcaster, I feel for him in the way that but it was self-sabotage. My dad always told me, in business, you got to keep business. Because if you mix the two, and then it can backfire on you, and it can hurt a relationship. So just don't do it in the workplace. And unfortunately, again, it's like a family. When you work with people and you're with people, and you're always going to get loose lips that are going to go ahead and spread things around, talk about things, and they can't control themselves. But anyways, there's the latest on that. Tennessee Titans player plans to wear special cleats this Sunday. Look out to honor Colin Kaepernick. That's Colin Kaepernick cleats. Wide receiver Rashard Matthews shared a photo of Know Your Rights cleats, which also include a drawing of Kaepernick and the name Colin on them. Matthew wrote, I don't have a foundation, so I have chosen to support my brother, Kaepernick 7 Foundation, at Your Rights Camp for At My Cause, My Cleats. He has paid the ultimate sacrifice in order to bring true everyday issues to light. Well, that's his opinion. Matthews, by the way, whose brother was killed while serving in Afghanistan, will wear the cleats as part of the NFL's My Cleats, My Cause initiative. And by the way, to Matthews' brother, we salute you. That was the ultimate sacrifice. Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the national anthem. Sorry, Matthews, but with all due respect, your brother was an American hero. To put Colin Kaepernick in the same genre, the same place, is really an insult and slap in the face to any military personnel that's ever served. I don't think that's taking it too far. Am I wrong? Did you hear this to say that he's a hero? So much of a hero that the NFL doesn't even want him. He's caused more divisiveness in this country. More divisiveness. And people don't see it, from the left. A lot of them don't. But, wear his cleats, let him be a martyr. Seriously, how many millions of dollars, Matthew, has Colin Kaepernick put into any of these causes? How many millions of dollars has he written out? He probably doesn't have $1 million. But he's been capitalizing off this with the interviews from media and from tabloid magazines, paying him to do it. How much of those salaries is he putting in himself? And how many youth is he big brothering? How many kids is he adopting and living with him? How many come to visit him? I mean, come on, let's keep this thing real. I believe in keeping it real. Seriously, you got a grievance? You got the NFL offering to pay $100 million to these causes. $100 million to what these players say, that those that are kneeling during the national anthem. And now there's several players that want out saying this is BS. So we don't know if there's going to be a concession made, but that's the NFL's latest trying to negotiate with these players to say, listen, we'll give to the causes that are near and dear to your heart. I mean, what else can you possibly do but stand? There's just one condition. We'll give the money. $100 million. Wow. That's a lot of money to these causes. You would think that they would jump at it and be ecstatic about it, but it wasn't their idea. They didn't come to the NFL and demand it. It wasn't their idea, so therefore they're just going to give the middle finger. So this Sunday it'll be very interesting to see what happens, but I'll tell you, more of the same is going to happen. What more can one do? So there's going to be less fans in the stands, less people watching television, and guess what? I'm not tuning in. I'm not watching the game, and I'm not going to go eat wings. And Papa John's ain't making as many pizzas as they were making because people aren't watching the games and not ordering the pizza. It's true. People feel disrespected. I mean, come on. What's really most important? What are you trying to do? You made the statement. You got the nation's attention. All right. You got the media. Now you're offered $100 million for these causes. Okay? That some are legitimate, I must say. Do something productive with it. Take that money and do good things with it to help real people that are in need. But what these people need in the inner cities is big brothers and mentors. They need examples, not people that are kneeling during our national anthem that divides our country and rips at the fabric of who we are as a country because it divides us. It makes us weaker. Does not make us stronger. $100 million? They ain't shabby. They ain't shabby at all. Hopefully, somebody's got some common sense to say, look, the deal's on the table right now. You walk away from this, then all these initiatives are not going to have that money. And if you claim, I would shame them if I was the NFL. If you're another radio talk show host, here's some talking points for you. Use those things. But seriously, shame him like the president did with the Dems that didn't show up. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer at the White House the other day.
Help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us. It went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the people is there.
Your American Heritage. Funny how things work out. Elias Howe invented the sewing machine and had it patented in 1846. American reaction was so-so, so he went to England and sold the British rights to a corset manufacturer. But when he returned, one Isaac Singer had opened a sewing machine factory in New York City. After 5 years of legal actions, Howe won his suit and collected a royalty on every machine using any part of his design. He became enormously wealthy, but despite his victory, we never hear of a Howe sewing machine, do we? It's always a Singer. This has been Don Keyes, musing about how oddly things sometimes work out on Your American Heritage.
Thank you, Don. Keeping your American heritage alive each and every day. Brought to you by For the People. Don't miss another edition of Your American Heritage.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
We asked our customers, why is Consumer Cellular your choice in wireless?
Consumer Cellular helps me save money. It's simple and easy.
It is reliable.
I like the fact that there are no contracts.
By moving to Consumer Cellular, my cost is 50% less than it was.
They fit the plan to you.
I have everything I want with Consumer Cellular.
Their customer service is fabulous.
Customers are their #1 priority.
I really feel like they take care of me.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row.
We really appreciate the AARP discount.
AARP members get exclusive discounts.
It's easy to switch. You could use your own phone and you could use your own number.
Wild horses wouldn't drag me away from Consumer Cellular.
Go with Consumer Cellular.
You're going to save a lot of money.
Now, for a limited time, get a $20 credit on any new line of service. Call 1-800-918-4704. Go online or visit a Target store today.
For the People continues on your Thursday. Now, a grieving father was in court, and you may not have heard about this, and I'm going to tell you in just a moment why it is that you probably haven't heard this. But he was not very, very happy, obviously, with his kid getting killed. I guess, according to police, this gentleman found himself in the middle of a drug dispute, his son, that is. It appeared to be a territorial power struggle in relation to a known drug trafficking area. So perhaps wrong place, wrong time, don't know. Sad things do happen, even in our country. A grieving father killed himself and injured 7 others after reportedly detonating 2 grenades at the murder trial of the man accused of killing his son. Now, this was a fatal incident that took place in a court of Nakpal, which is the eastern region of the Ukraine. So there you go. That's probably why you didn't hear about it.